be enjoyed by
Is this
all.
going to work?
If I can provide everyone with a life such as this,
It's working. I think. Well, I'm waiting. It's black for some reason. Why is it black? Is it... What? Is it working? Oh, it's working! What a world! Alright, we'll give you a second. I gotta redo my chat. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Well, that was annoying. Yay, thank you, Sylvia and Sapphire for... well, actually I haven't checked. I'm assuming you have presumably tried to ping... Yay, it's working! What a world! Yay, I love streaming technical problems. Yarp. Yarp. Oh well. Is what it is. Probably that just immediately made me go from like, hey, this might have been like a 100 viewer stream because like I was still growing in viewers, and now like everyone gone. Oh well, is what it is. Alright, gotta bring out my dashboard. Give me a second. I gotta reset my stuffs. I gotta refix the chats and all the things. Alright, blam, blam, and hopefully that issue doesn't happen again. It shouldn't, I think. You know, maybe. Alright, gotta bring the chat back, because this is from the old chat. Blam. Alright, there we go. Yay! Yay! Wow, yep. Here we go. This thing is still useless as ever. I mean, yes, it's been there for like 6 months and I haven't done anything with it. The bot runs and does nothing. It's just always watching. I just have it there so you keeps on your toes. About as useful as Dory. Lots of rude to Dory. Alright, anyways, now that we have half the viewers... Whatever, it's fine, it's fine. It just means this stream is for... it sucks. It sucks because like... that literally happened at the worst time it possibly could happen. Well, what I get for, I don't know. I think I would learn my... I think I learned my lesson in various ways, like making sure I have a shield up on Zhongli. Whoops. What was it saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, you think I would learn my lesson for, like, being on the bleeding edge of technology when it comes to streaming? I think this might be the last time I even bother until I probably try to research this, because this is really annoying. It's annoying because, like, the reason I tested, I know why this happened. It's the same issue that's happened in, like, the past few months in general. It's with AV1 encoding just being broken. Thanks for being a member for 8 whole months. Good lord. Yeah, it definitely is a skill issue. Anyways, I know it's because of AV1 encoding, but like, I need to like, the only way I know if the issue has been fixed or not is by using it again. And if the issue is not fixed, it causes the problem that just happened, where the stream ended and I had to freaking completely make a new goddamn stream, which is cool. So now there's 2 separate VODs, but like, oh well, is what it is. I don't know why I clicked on that. So it's just like, yeah, so I can't possibly test it without, like, I don't know. And I guess I could make a new YouTube channel and test it on like a completely separate YouTube channel. I guess that's what I need to do to be able to test if it crashes or not. It shouldn't crash again because I switched off of using the AV1 encoder. But still super dumb that I have to, you know, do that at all. The bot watches all. Indeed it does. Alright, so yes, yeah, the bot is more useful than Meek. What was that double crit piece I got? It was like a flower or something that, yeah, it's basically impossible for this to be an upgrade. So we'll see. I don't know. Technically it could be maybe useful as an alternative if, because I'm mostly farming Gilded Dreams for context. Yeah, no, it's worse. I'm mostly farming Gilded Dreams for context for Rosaria, and she has a 40 CV with 2 ER, 2 extra ER rolls on top of that. And she wants those 2 ER rolls right now. In fact, she could actually use a little bit more. She's only 125. But the main thing I'm farming for realistically is just an EM timepiece, because I'm using Staff of Scarlet Sands and I'm using her with Shenhe, which means an EM timepiece is just way better for melt. But I just can't get one. I can't. Like, this is the best EM timepiece I've gotten on Kill of the Dreams. Which is not worth. So, or an onset goblet would work too. But I could also get a better circlet, but it's not the end of the world. The circlet is very high in stat value at the very least. So, point is, the Rosaria, my melt Rosaria is perfectly fine. I don't need to farm for her to improve her in this count at this point. But I just am, because it annoys me that my Rosaria has a better build on weapons only. So, anyways. Imagine owning EM timepieces, yeah. Oh, so, we'll see. I've spent so much resin in freaking Guild of Dreams. Not that much to show for it in this account. I mean, I have like a couple good artifacts, to be clear. And since I have started farming for Guild of Dreams for Rosaria again, I have gotten one upgrade in the form of this feather. It was, I went from a 35 CV with one minimum EM roll to a 40 CV with one EM roll, which is like, yeah, cool. I know everyone's like, oh, 40 CVs, but like one crit roll ain't a difference maker. It wasn't like what I wanted or needed that badly. It's cool. It was an upgrade, but like not that crazy of one, right? So, anyways, it also disappointed me because it was a 4-line and it could have been a meaningful more upgrade I'd be much more happy with if it didn't have one flat defense roll. It made that artifact go from like, wow, this looks really, really nice, to it just looks really good, but as that one insulting roll there, it was almost perfect. Almost perfect, except for that 125% chance it missed. Oh well. This is not a commission. I already finished the commission. Okay. It's her best set for melt. Yes, indeed it is. Especially with Staff of Scarlet Sands. I'm not doing Staff of Scarlet Sands Rosaria on freeze. I have a freeze build for Rosaria, to be clear, but freeze is meh on Polearms Only in general, I would say. Okay, well, what? I haven't really properly tried to make freeze work, to be clear. Do I even have a team set up for freeze anymore? I don't think I do. No. You know, let's just like theorycraft what the best for freeze is. So obviously Rosaria, obviously Shenhe, and then I guess we need Xiao for VV shred. Like that's basically required for freeze to function, and then you need Hydro. And do you see a problem with this team? It has no protection. No healing, which sometimes you can get away with, to be clear. But like, this is the maximum damage I can give out of freeze, right? So, and I don't know, it's weird. It like could technically work, but I like cope freeze polearms. There you go. And I have like decent artifacts, and like I could do like a Staff of Homo or Jade Spear build on Blizzard Stray, but like it just, in my opinion, is just worse than melt, and I find it less interesting to play the melt. I find freeze fairly boring. Frick off, Klee. I had to like start the Klee quest to be able to do some event like a month or two ago, and now every day I do freaking Mondstack commissions, and like if I'm over here in this general area at all for any commission, which is like maybe like 3 or 4 commissions that are fairly common, Klee goes blah 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 blah.
Really busy recently.
Yeah, it would be on-field Xiao freeze indeed. Could replace Xiao with Zhongli. Shut up, Klee. Zhongli has universal shred, so like, you know, I could sacrifice VV for Zhongli for protection. That's really the only real option there. If I need the protection, swap out Xiao for Zhongli. Zhongli. I said Shangli. Shangling plus Zhongli combined. So, anyways, yeah, I'm sorry for jump scaring you with the Klee. I will never do that quest. It's just gonna forever annoy me with la 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 la. Please. Alright. Clean the statue of the 7. Oh, classic. I need that. Wait, at Windrise? Windrise is here. So, anyways, like, freeze is kind of cope on Polearms Only. It can function. It's just, you don't get more damage out of freeze, you just get the crowd control value out of it, right? So, when it comes down to it... Oh, I heal Hutao. Rip. Rip Hutao, I'm sorry. I basically killed her. When it comes to... What? Wait, it said I can't configure party in current state. I wasn't moving. When it comes down to it, it's just like... Why... If I don't care about the crowd control... What I get is, you know, with a competent, well-invested Blizzard Destroyer build, I get similar damage as I would in freeze, or as I would in melt anyways, at best. But in practice, I definitely don't, I can tell you. I've tested it, and it makes the team, like, in general, a lot worse, because melt has Shungling on it. Right? So, you know, like, the team is just a lot worse, basically. It's a pretty cope freeze team, all in all. It technically functions. Whoa, my ping just spiked to 200 milliseconds. That's a good sign. Hopefully my internet... It seems like it's working fine now. No, it seems like it'll be fine. I don't think my internet was the problem, to be clear. I'm pretty confident what the issue was. So it shouldn't happen again, hopefully. Anyways, let's finish dailies quick. And then we will... What are we going to do? Abyss. I'm having a stroke. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Get Shao out of my party. Who cares about that boy? Who's your team on this Abyss? So, I'll talk about it more when we get to floor 12. But basically, Candace is going to be very important, as always. And then, for the second side, so my intention is probably Hyperbloom first side, and then a Hutao team second side, because Pyro is really nice to have on second side. And then... just enough damage on the first side combined with Hydro for the crab is kind of what you want on the first side. And then you need to deal with Kenki. Kenki is going to be probably the first chamber is by far going to be the most annoying one on this account. What am I doing? Who's here? Were you here before? Yeah, there we go. Kenki is by far going to be the most annoying for floor 12 because they changed Maguu Kenki in this Abyss where he starts in a different spot so that you can't like consistently get him stuck on the wall anymore. Which means for melee, which is, you know, all of my damage I need to stand near the enemy for, because we're Polearms Only, it means, no, stop, brain. It means, actually, you know what, here, let's, so it ultimately means that we have to deal with, basically, him teleporting all over the freaking place, which is awful. They just made Maguu Kenki way more freaking annoying to fight now. Sure, it's a max roll, whatever. M in Candace stands for MVP, yeah. So I haven't actually tested Candace against the crab boss, by the way. But the interesting thing about the crab boss, where is it? Interesting thing about this boss, right, is that its pyro shield is on its horns. So you need moves that have like a decent like vertical hitbox in their damage dealing. Hydro moves that have a decent vertical hitbox, and Candace is AoE. So I think like Candace is unironically, especially with C6, probably going to get through the crab shield very fast. And like she's a lot better. I'm pretty sure Candace is just way better than for this crab than like Yelan is, specifically for breaking the shield, not for like overall damage. But so yeah, Candace is actually uniquely good to deal with on the crab on the first side of this Abyss. So yeah, it'll probably just be Hyperbloom, Burgeon, Soup, whatever reaction team on the first side, and then we'll see exactly what I want to do. I might do Hyperfridge. I haven't done Hyperfridge in a while. That might be nice for the last chamber. So we'll see. What are we doing? Abyss. Actually, no. Before we do Abyss, we give this artifact... Where'd it go? We give this artifact one chance. It max rolls crit or is dead. It has to be a max roll or I'm literally not even considering it. I do not care. Like, to be clear, I maybe should still care because, like, there could be new Polearm characters that release. It didn't max roll crit. It low roll crit. No, I said max roll. You can't insult me with a low roll and think I'm gonna play your game. No. Not with a min roll, starting with max roll crit rate into a minimum roll crit rate. That's no. That's a big no from me. Not what I specified max roll. So it's just like the chance that artifact is useful is just low enough. I just don't care. I just don't care. If people want to, I can level up that artifact. We'll see what we get for artifacts from the Abyss here. We'll see what we get from artifacts for the Abyss here, and then if we get nothing from these like strongbox thingies, then I'll level up that cope artifact. It's just like it can be good, but there's like no other characters other than Rosaria that I want on Guild Dreams on this account, and you know, we like Polearms Only is in a state where like we might not get any new Polearm character for 4 freaking months, and I have 35,000 primos currently, and until I know what that freaking new character is even gonna vaguely look like I have no idea. Like right now, the most likely character that's going to be a Polearm unit that could release next is either Arlecchino or Cloud Retainer, both of which are probably in like the later half of patches potentially for 4.0, which might be 6 months away. We might literally have to go over a year until we get a new 5-star character on Polearms Only. like I legitimately might be able to like get C4 of whatever freaking new Polearm character they get by that time. so like I'm not going to, by the way, probably not, unless they make a kit that's like my dream country. Like Cloud Retainer is like a attack-based off-field animo infuser for polearms, and she's like a character where like you'd want to put like an attack goblet on her to maximize both her animo damage and her infusion damage. Would be so freaking fun on Polearms Only, and if she has fun in Constellations, heck, I'll go all in Cloud Retainer if she's a polearm. But like, anyways, my point is, I got nothing to actually need Gilded Dreams artifacts, and chances are I'm going to have to like farm for new artifacts for that specific character anyways before they come out. So like, why do I care about one piece? The One Piece. It's real. Why do I care about one piece that is like maybe okay? Is my point. So I'll lock this, but if it gets a single non-crit roll, it's dead in the water. That's for dang sure. YOLO pull on Vortex. What's my pity on this banner? It'd be funny. I have no idea. Nope. I gave you a chance, game. I have no idea what my weapon banner pity is. I could risk more than that, to be clear. If I'm feeling in a funsies mood, I might do a meme 10 pull on that banner, because I'm probably gonna wish on the weapon banner eventually again in the future. Like I have so many wishes saved up. The chances are when they release a new Polearm 5-star, I'm just going to have enough to be able to get their weapon and a copy of the character at bare minimum. So and extra copies of like different weapons with more versatile stat options is really nice to have in Polearms Only, because when you're limited to only Polearm characters, you need a lot of polearms to equip them. Like, there's a reason I have 5 Fav Lances leveled up. So, like, genuinely, new weapons would be more valuable than on an average account, right? In my opinion. So, because I need more of the weapons in general. And therefore, I don't feel that bad about doing something silly like a 10 pull on the Vortex Vanquisher banner just for the memes. I'm pretty sure I'm at, like, 0 pity on the Vortex, near 0 pity. So it's fine. I'm not like risking a pity by doing a pull for Vortex Vanquisher. But for real, like I'm just like I've like not wished for so long on this account. I kind of want to just go to pity, but I'm not gonna do that. It's just stupid. Vortex Vanquisher is not very good even on Zhongli, so you know. I wouldn't even use it. I honestly don't think I would have any use for it. It would just be funny to have. So 36 star on the 10 pull, yeah, maybe. Hi Tarek, you're not really that late because I just started because the stream crashed and then I rambled. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna do well, chamber 1 and 2, or sorry, floor 9 and 10 doesn't really matter. So let's do whatever frick we want. Let's do Sino. Sino gets the most use on chambers on floors 9 and 10. All right, let's do Sino, and we'll give him we'll give him Yunjin. And then we're gonna do, because we're not gonna be doing melt on the floor 12. We're gonna be doing melts. We're gonna do melt on the, wait. Let's make sure there's no like immunity going on. Yeah. We're gonna be doing melt on floors 9 and 10 and maybe 11 at least, because I like melt. And then we'll see what we have to do for floor 12. We might have to tweak some builds around a little bit. I really need to change Raiden's build when I use her on this team, by the way, but like I only ever seem to use Raiden with Cyno when I'm doing floors 9 and 10, so it never matters, so I never change her build off of Hyper Bloom. I don't know why I kept on Cynoing there. It made, obviously, it made more sense to switch at that point. I haven't played Cyno for a while, give me a break. There we go. Wow. Trophy weapon, indeed. It would be a pretty nice brag to be like, yep, Polearms Only is at the state where I can just throw wishes in the garbage to get Vortex Vanquisher just as a flex. But honestly, like a C1 Zhongli is tempting. Not like necessarily good, but like we just kind of like have the resources, so it's almost like maybe. But also, like I think I'd rather just save my resources, and I have a guarantee currently. I think I'd rather just save my resources on this account for, you know, guaranteeing getting an Arlecchino or a Cloud Retainer and their weapon in the future. So I don't want to be too stupid. But, I mean, actually, wait, who's on the friggin' banner? With, that's the wrong button. Who's on the banner with them? Is Xiangling on the banner? No, there's no Polearm characters on the banner. If Xiangling was on the banner or Toma, I actually would almost assuredly have gone a little bit into this banner. For Toma constellations in particular. It's the #1 character we could use some constellations on in this account. But with 0 Polearms on the banner and C1 Zhongli being, you know, questionable at best, I can't say it's that much of a priority for me. I didn't get my burst back. Right. What? There we go. What? I switched to you. What is happening? What just happened there? I used Raiden's burst, and then the switch happened. Literally, what happened? Also, Cyno's burst is not. That's, you know, not ideal. Which means I wasted all the things. I definitely thought Cyno's burst was up. But yeah, for real, what happened there? Oh, by the way, I'm just getting all kinds of distracted. I have not decided yet. I haven't even bought the battle pass yet to get like a single copy, because honestly, like I don't even know if a single copy of this weapon is that relevant for this account at this point. I'm still gonna buy it, probably at least to get a single copy. The problem where I hesitate buying is because like I don't need the resources the battle pass gives on this account at this point, because I have 800 heroes wits. I could level 92 new characters immediately, and that's like, and by the time they release a new Polearm character, I'm gonna have the ability to level 93 characters. So like, what the frick is the point of the resources, right? Don't really need the Mora. Don't really need the 5,000 ore. The talent level material might be useful, but I don't know which ones to choose. I mean, I can choose some Inazuma ones, but Sumeru ones, but I don't know which ones to choose for the Fontaine ones. So like, the resin, the fragile resin is technically not useless, and you get wishes, so it's not technically the worst. But like, anyways, the only thing I'm actually tempted to do is to just waste $50 just for the meme of the fact that this weapon, for like Hyperbloom Raiden, this weapon could give Hyperbloom Raiden some crit rate and more elemental mastery than Dragon's Bane does. Because at R4 it gives like 17 more elemental R5 it gives like 17 more elemental mastery than Dragon's Bane, which is stupid and not worth doing at all. But it'd be funny, and it's also like, what account would do that other than Polearms Only? Right, that's why I kind of feel like I want to do it, because it's like, it's just stupid to waste that much money for the meme of getting one like extra low roll of EM on Raiden. But it's also nice because it'd be just would like give Raiden some crit stats, which means you'd actually be able to crit with some consistency in Hyperbloom, which would be kind of fun. So it's not technically useless in that form too. But anyways, I digress. Point is, I should murder enemies. Frozen?
Strike is one. There is no escape.
Throw the rabbit out. Blam. Ow, can you calm down?
Penance is due.
Oh, stop.
Guilty.
There we go. Wait. Is Frem a physical DPS or a cryo DPS? Use whatever you want. That's the cool thing about Frem and its design.
I will have order.
I don't love these weird crab enemies with their weird shields, but it doesn't really matter for this floor, obviously. Oh, there's pyro enemies. That's nice, because they're going to die. Or pyro slime, they're specifying. Obviously, there's pyro enemies in general.
Judgment. Nice and spicy.
This is
Do
order.
this.
Obey. Do your master's bidding. You're toast.
Keep going. Blam. Continue. Silliest account of all time. This account is? Yeah, this account is a bit silly at this point. It's to the point, like, I really don't even need to bother logging in every day doing primos or getting daily primos from dailies and whatever. I just do because I'm doing it anyways for my main account and weapons only, so it's just like, it doesn't take that much time to do Polearms Only.
You stand condemned.
Like, legitimately, it takes probably 5 minutes most days. Maybe slightly longer, depending on, like, if I get an artifact that I'm like, does this artifact do literally anything for me? Generally, no. But, yeah, other than that, it's just like, it takes so little time, that's why I'm logging in anyways. Can I stop?
Sins weigh upon your soul.
I've skipped a couple of, like, the main events. I didn't skip, well, I skipped part of the main event for this patch, the Mecha Melee, whatever the F. I skipped the part that required doing the quest and the whatever that unlocks like the water. You don't even have to like do anything. You just automatically complete the event by going to the part where you have to go to. That really pointless thing. It just took too long to like get there. That I'm just like, what is the point of wasting my time and trying to get 2 wishes when I don't need the 2 wishes right now? So I'll survive without the 2 wishes. Anyways, point is, Polearms Only really doesn't take much time, hence why I'm fine with spending time on it, weirdly enough. And now the account is just like, what silly things can I do on it, and then, you know, can I still clear Abyss? And generally speaking, the answer is yes, and I don't think this Abyss will be a hard one. The only Abyss that might have been impossible since we started 36-star Abyss on Polearms Only was the one with the Inquisitive Baptist, I think. The dude that has 3 different elemental types on shields. That was in Chamber 3 a month or so ago or whatever. Over 2 months ago, actually, I think. And that was really annoying. It still might have actually been doable, but like so annoying to try to optimize that I just didn't. I couldn't stand it. I didn't want to justify the time. So that's the only Abyss cycle that I didn't manage the 36-star. On Polearms Only since we started 36-starring at all, and we started 36-starring every Abyss cycle outside of the Inquisitive Baptist one since we got Yao Yao. So, literally since the start of this year. Anyways. Rio's multipliers are bad. Yeah, I wish he was a Polearm, but oh well. He was rumored to be originally. What am I doing? We are doing... Let's do Sino on the second side, I guess. Yeah. Blam, 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 blam. No. There. Okay. And then we'll melt things to death. So, alright. I wanted to say buy it on Weapons Only, but then remember we don't have access to a ride in there. Yes, and also Weapons Only is free to play. I've not spent a dime on... Yeah, I know. Weapons... Part of the point of Weapons Only, my logic was like, you know, why the frick buy that? Like, the Battle Pass would be very nice to Weapons Only, because... good lord, did I realize after doing Weapons Only how annoying the Battle Pass is, or how important the Battle Pass is if you want to, like, be able to have the freedom to, like, consistently, like, level up characters and things you want. You just perpetually, particularly Weapons Only, because I keep on getting 5-star weapons, which take more resources to level, and I still want to level characters all the time. So I'm just perpetually in a state of no resources on Weapons Only, and it's just awful. And buying the Battle Pass would have really helped with that. So in hindsight, I wish I didn't commit to doing it free to play, but at this point, I'm very committed to keeping it free to play. So I'm not gonna buy any Battle Pass and Weapons Only ever. Part of the logic was just, you know, if we're getting 5-star weapons, what need do we have for the 4-star weapons in the battle pass? Who needs that crap, right? It still would be really nice, I can tell you that, but it's fine. Can it? There we go. Okay. Doesn't Newbie have some crazy scaling with talents and stuff? His scaling is fine, but he's an on-field unit, right? So, like, as an on-field Hydra, you've got to completely design the team around the fact that he wants to be on-field. I think he is designed really nicely in that, like, you can swap him out between instances of his charge attacks with, like, Newbie's, like, droplet generation. He seems like a really interesting... He's the most interesting, like, carry unit they've released that I've seen in a long time. Honestly, since I started, like, understanding any meaningful degree, like, at all, about how this game functions, which is to say, like, not that long after I started playing. He's the first carry I've been interested in a while, but I still don't know if I'm going to go for him. He seems fun and flashy, but overall, Nubilet is still a carry, and he's going to have carry problems, and he's going to be restrictive on the teams he could be included on because of that. But he got the flashiness effect going, which is important. Can you be less of a butthole?
I will have order. Stabilize.
You can't run.
Here we go. Wait, are we doing only Polearms today or other accounts? Just Polearms. Weapons only, I have literally... I mean, okay, if you want to see, like, 2 minutes of farming Thundering Fury on weapons only, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm farming Thundering Fury to try Thundering Fury Bennett. And that's basically it. So, yeah. His only problem is he kind of needs his weapon. Yeah, his Nubilet's weapon is, like, absurdly better than his second best option, like something in the neighborhood. Actually, this was before I think it got buffed, even. But, like, before his weapon got buffed a little bit, although Nubilet got a little bit nerfed with his weapon getting buffed, so it kind of if you get Nubilet's weapon, it kind of balances out, being the same as it was before. It wasn't a significant, meaningfully significant change, though, but, like, as far as what I'm going to say here. But Nubilet's weapon is, like, legitimately 40% better or something than his second best options, which is cool, you know. So yeah, it's going to be a relatively rare example of, like, the experience of, like, how he might feel and look to use versus with his weapon versus people that, like, don't have his weapon might be substantially different. So yeah, is it necessary? I don't think it's necessary by any means, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. And part of the reason they made that weapon so strong for him is because of the fact that he is an HP scaler, right? So there's not, like, as many external forms of buffs in the game. So the fact that his weapon is a 40% damage upgrade for his closest other option is because he has no other... He doesn't have access to the likes of Bennett, right? Now, if they release an HP buffing Bennett in the future, that could change. But it justifies his existence slightly to that extent. But I don't know. It's such a difference that it's going to meaningfully change, like, the damage you see from him. Like to a degree that, like, as far as, like, vertical investment making a difference goes, as far as, like, what you see from a character, it's probably maybe the most egregious example of, like, a weapon or a constellation changing a character meaningfully. As far as their damage output, I feel like 40% is a lot. It's really a lot. Yeah, so
your journey ends.
Yes, indeed, Thundering Fury Bennett. I haven't tried Thundering Fury Bennett before, so I want to do that on weapons only. It seems like it'd be fun. That's kind of all there is to it. You're gonna die. You're alive still? Bullshit. There we go. Is almost bowl good for Sarah? I think it's fine, but you should probably use Fav. yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, Nuvula, I think is still gonna be plenty of fun and functional without his weapon, I believe. But like, yeah, his weapon's a real push. And if you want him to feel like he himself is doing really big and satisfying amounts of damage, you might want his weapon. But if you want to plan your wishes accordingly and not just throw a bunch of wishes in the weapon banner and potentially get literally nothing for it, don't necessarily recommend doing that. But we'll see. We'll see. And also notably, Nuvi's weapon is not like a very universal weapon either, right? To be clear, it might be useful in more characters in the future, but like right now, it's not super useful. It's pretty good for real Fizzly, I guess, and it's not a bad option for Wanderer either, particularly if you're using Wanderer with Cryo. So it's not like as a base static, Nuvilet's weapon is not bad, to be very clear. It just doesn't have like a Staff of Homa tier passive, right? Or anything. Alright, floor 11, the fun one. So we have a bunch of cringe shields, we have monolith defense. And the main way, oh, this might actually be annoying. The main way you can deal with the monolith defense is like groupers, like Kazuha, just to pull them away and get them to be not buttholes. But they spawn like all around the freaking monolith, and when you don't have grouping, like you don't have on Polearms Only, this might be miserable. This might actually be really miserable. I can tell you I'm not going to use Hutao on the first side, but I think I will use Hutao actually on the second side though. Because, yeah. So let's do Hutao, and then do we do Melt? I think Melt might be the best option for first side. Which is going to restrict Hutao a little bit. But that's fine. We can do Toma. Well, let's do... What should we do? Do we throw Yunjin on there? Let's do Candace. I removed Hutao by accident. Candace. And... yeah, let's do Candace. And then... Xiao Toma. Is it worth it to do hypercarry Raiden without C6 Sara? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think Sara is necessarily worth... my impression of Sara is I don't think she's worth using in general without C6, so... I don't know. I'm not the most knowledgeable about Sara, so I'm not going to say anything other than that base opinion, I think. She's not technically useless, but I'm pretty sure there's like other options if you're doing hypercarry Raiden to just make the team perform better that would make more sense than a C6 Sara, because the amount you would gain from Sara is not enough to justify the team slot kind of thing. But if you like her character and want to use her, then like go for it. But yeah, she's really not very good until higher. Or C6.
Unleash by ordinance divine. Nice and spike. Judgment.
Shungling, wreck these pyro slimes. Bro, stop. Why is there so many freaking enemies in this freaking chamber? God, freeze them, please. I should get C4 Zhongli so I can. Unironically, we have a chance to be able to get C4 Zhongli. I'm not going to, no. But it'd be a funny, I don't know. As far as meme things to do on Polearms Only that I could technically try to do, getting C4 Zhongli would be funny because it increases the AoE on his burst and extends the freeze, the petrification time.
Fire it up. I got you covered. Grant us your blessing. Flee.
Don't touch my monolith. I didn't get my... there, yeah. Oh, I changed Toma recently. That's why he didn't get his verse back. Frick. I love that. That's cool. Oh, no. You just stop. No. Oh, good. Oh, good. I love when floor 11's annoying. Why? The problem is I don't have... Like, Melt is really good and strong in AoE, and it can solve this problem. I could put Melt in, or I could put Shangling. Oh, you know what? Do I... Can I make... Oh, frick. Do I... Okay. Alright, we're gonna try a new strat. I'm gonna probably try putting Shangling in the second side. And in exchange, what we're gonna do... claim my gems, I suppose. We're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to do Hutao, Shangling. Candace can probably stay here, and we're doing like Zhongli. So this is like my overworld party I was using earlier, right? Which should be fine. So let's do that. I don't remember what... I think the team order is normally like this. Let's not like screw up my muscle memory for that team since I've been using it a lot for farming. And then for the first side... being that these are pyro enemies, my hope is like I can get away with... No, but this is gonna be so much worse. Oh, frick. Okay. Can I get away with this? And Chow? Question mark? Oh boy. Well, this is going to be questionable. We'll see how it does. But, oh, now we're not going to have Zhongli on this side either, though. So maybe I put Toma back on the other side? Oh god, oh god. Cope freeze? Oh yeah, I could do cope freeze. This actually might be like the first time cope freeze is kind of relevant. Oh, Christ. Oh, I meant to use her skill there. I apparently did not, though. Wait, let's Shao it up. Shao might actually be able to, like, CC them and to a meaningful degree. Stop attacking my pillar. Yes, my Shao does no damage. He's on VV, don't worry about it. Wait, leave my pillar... What? Leave my pillar alone? I am not playing this well at all, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The goal is to make sure the pillars don't get attacked over anything. Stop attacking my pillar. Stop jumping on my pillar. Oh my god. Please. Alright, that was not great, but you know what? It might have been good enough. We'll find out.
This is order. Stabilize.
Alright. Get away from my pillar. Don't blow it up. Oh my freaking... This is such a cringe setup. Like, I'm sorry. Like, really.
I will have order.
It's at 67% already. I hate everything about this. Oh my god. This chamber might legitimately be more annoying than the entire rest of this. No, stop! You butthole. Oh my god. Please, 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 don't. Not that I played this well, to be clear. I don't buy any... Oh, freaking Frickles! Oh, this sucks. This really... Why not use Hutao Curry? I don't know what Curry refers to. I can't remember. I don't do well with food team names. I'm just gonna try again with these teams. I think they can work. But like, oh god, it's actually just awful. It's truly awful. Stop! I don't know what the right... Like, why? Why do they do cringe bullshit? Like, put freaking specters that blow up on the freaking thing, and slimes that blow up on the thing. 5 miles away from each other, so you can't, like, oh, you don't have Kazuha? Go f yourself. That's honestly what it feels like so much of the time when they do shit like this. It's goddamn just fucking asshole-ish. Should probably use Rosaria. I'm ranting, so now I'm not even trying to play well. Oh well.
Manifest.
Oh, Christ almighty. Jesus. You stop being an annoying butthole? Alright, no. You could VV Zhao. This is VV Zhao, and he's never leaving VV.
Cryo incarnate.
Check this out.
Why? You're. Oh, freaking. I love that cooldown so. Oh, man. Oh, good lord. Alright, we leave those to be over there, and then we go and do this. Get. What are you doing over here, bro? God, freaking God, these enemies. They're such fucking cringe.
Unleash.
It's legitimately going to be more annoying to clear this chamber, I think, than it is to clear 412. I haven't done 412 yet, obviously, but like, it sure as heck feels like that right now. This is such a just annoying situation for Polearms Only. I don't want to have to like reconfigure like different builds for frickin' floor 11. It's awful. Die, please. No, stop targeting my pillar. There's still something alive. Stop blowing up at my pillar.
You can't run.
Really?
Fire it up.
I'm not even like trying to rotate properly either. I'm just trying to make sure like I'm attacking enemies at the same time and just making them not attack the pillar. That was like the only goal there. Alright, these buttholes need to be frozen. The flower apparently comes to me. Good to know. The slimes do not. Good to know. What is happening? How are they not dead? How many charge attacks did they were not taking damage from Hutao? What frickles? Oh my god. Stop attacking my pillar.
Solidify.
I don't have freaking energy. Oh my god. Die, please. Okay, the flowers seem to attack me. Oh, you are going to be a butthole, aren't you? It's way below 60 already. Alright, this did not help the Hutao side as much as I thought it would. So, you know, like, actually, we're gonna... why? Why do you do this? Why? It's such a middle thing. Because, like, you gotta keep in mind, right? Like, yes, this is Polearms Only. The frustration is, to some degree, unique to Polearms Only. The fact that I only have melee characters to deal with this, right? And don't have any grouper. But, like... there also is many players who might just, like, their favorite team might be Sino, right? And Sino is gonna have the same problem. in this situation, and it's just like, why do you make this like this? Do I do the cringe? Oh, I don't want to have to reconfigure my build. Also, it doesn't help because, like, I still no, I could do Shungling. Well, okay, Shungling doesn't seem to be helping that much on the Hutao side. I thought she would help more than she did. Do I do the cope freeze team? I don't want to have to do the cope freeze team. Is this genuinely the first time that I feel like I've had to do that? This might be the first time I feel like I've had to do the cope freeze team. For real. This is actual just pain. Too bad we can't put prototype Amber on Xiao, turn him into a healer. But yeah, anyways, like, people like to just use melee units sometimes anyways, right? Like, not everyone has the units built to be able to, like, deal with this situation. They don't have Sucrose or Kazuha, right? to be able to group in just like, because if you can like trivialize one of the chambers, it's not that hard to just deal with the other one kind of thing, or one of the sides, right? If you can make sure they only do 10% damage on one half, then it has 30% left in the second half. That makes it so much easier to deal with the defense. But like in this situation where we're only doing like damage when we're near the enemy, just like for the most part, other than like when we're abusing Rosaria and something and whatnot, it's just yeah. It's this cringe. This is a cringe freaking chamber for Polearms Only. Why is this harder than Jesus Christ? All right, so we could reconfigure Rosaria to be on freeze. I don't know. We could do Zhongli, probably Zhongli, maybe. I don't know. Or Shao. Depends on. I mean, we don't need to live. Well, we just need to live. We don't technically need to heal. Technically, so maybe. And you know, Candace, if I use her well, she can. Oh God. Okay. And then the second side we have. Well, we don't have melt anymore, so we have. And we also can't do like Burgeon because it would take Candace. See, Candace is the most important character to this count, because like using Candace on one team means instantly disabling like doing. I can't do Hyper Bloom. I can't do Hyper Fridge. I can't do Burgeon. I can't do anything. Like I can do this with this, and then Raiden for knockback. It might actually genuinely be good to do Overload now that I think about it. Do like this, Overload to knock back the buttholes, such that they're not on the pillar. That actually genuinely might be a good idea. Sino is not gonna help us here. He's too single target focused, especially on this account. Okay. Alright, we're gonna try Cope Freeze. It's fine, it's fine. Let's see. Alright, artifacts. I love having to change builds around, but at least it's not that hard to change back between melt and freeze. Alright, this one, well, it depends what weapon we're going to use. If we're going to use Homa's the only real crit damage weapon we have. Where is my mouse? Oh my god, there we go. If we're going to use Homa, probably still on Hutao. It means we basically just have Jade Spear available. So, Jade Spear is fine. And then that means we can focus a little bit more on crit damage. So that means, yeah, like this is just better. And then we have, I think, that, which is 20 crit damage and 1 attack roll. This has 10 crit rate. So lose an attack, lose some ER. I think this is probably better too. We'll find out what our total crit rate is at the end here. I also don't know how consistently they're going to be frozen, but we'll see. Oh yes, my relatable timepiece. I don't think I have an on-set goblet, so, you know, keeping the existing goblet, and we're using this relatable timepiece. And then circlet, we have a couple options. We have this one on Xiangling, which I'd rather just leave, and then we have this one with a bunch of attack percent, I think. Yeah, so we'll use that one. And let's see what the build is now. We have 2200 attack. 36% crit rate, and Rosaria gives herself a little bit of crit rate, remember? So, functionally, we are at what we need to have, I think. Cool. Good. Alright. Seems decent for a freeze build. Alright. Yep. That's all there's to it. Theoretically, Staff of Homa could be a lot better, but, like, I don't have a good option for otherwise, so... Yunjin. What about Yunjin? Mono Pyro. What do you, like, I mean, yeah, I could do Mono Pyro and put, like, Toma on burst DPS artifacts. But, like, no, or just use them as a shielder, I guess. It'd be fine. That's true. I don't know, we could try Mono Pyro. It might not be bad, I guess. And then this side... be something like this. Might work out. Tomo should probably, he's on like a EM build. He should definitely be on a not EM build for this team, but I don't know. Is it be a question of like overload versus a little bit of protection and whatever? So I don't know. We'll try it like this. Oh Christ. I'll try it. Why not? Candace should be fine. Candace might need to be on Fab on this team, though. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Think you get this all the time, but you love your voice. LOL. Thanks. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Pain.
By ordinance divine, grant us your blessing. Punishment.
What did you attack there, Rosaria? Oh my god. Ow, ow.
Yield. You can't run.
Quake.
Alright.
Order guide.
Here. I know that one dude wasn't dead yet, but I didn't want to. Oh, I meant to switch to Shenhe. What? The dog attacked the pillar, Shenhe. Oh my god.
Judgment. Shiver. Do your worst.
I hate everything.
This is
I hate everything.
stabilize.
I hate how they spawn these enemies. This chamber. It's really just. Oh Christ!
Grant us your
Get
blessing.
away from my pillar.
Do your master's bidding. Obey. Yield.
Oh good. We only have an enemy left. Okay. I mean, 80% is fine. I don't know how the other side is gonna do though.
Manifest.
Really? Really? Oh my god. Okay.
Pin them
Please.
down.
Freeze them. I do not want to use a burst. That's just no.
Can't run.
Not for something that we're not time sensitive on. There we go. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Trying to think here. Attack the. I don't know which ones. I think we gotta attack the slimes first, right? Because
I got you covered.
I meant to switch to Shungling.
Evil conquering. Here.
Oh my god, they immediately did like 5% damage. I hope that didn't hit it. I don't think it did.
Check this out.
Get away from my pillar. Can I didn't want to do that way. Shadow does not have enough energy in this team, but it's fine. I do not have enough stamina. No, I didn't want to do that. I think we're fine. I think we're fine, as long as you stop touching my pillar. You don't stop it. Please. Please, die. Oh! Okay. Well, thank you for the monopyro suggestion. Apparently it worked. Yeah, well, it was pretty, I don't think it was just monopyro. It was also Shao, like, unironically Shao crowd controlling, and then also the enemies, like, to a meaningful degree, seemed like they were targeting me there rather than the pillar, which might have just been RNG luck. So, anyways, it's fine. I think the rest of the chambers will not be that hard, because, hopefully. We'll find out. I don't know. If need be, I'll just reconfigure the teams again, but, like, oh god, that was awful. That was truly awful.
Shall prevail.
Quake.
Manifest. Yield.
Alright, switch to Rosaria. Oh, okay. Rah.
Order.
Colt freeze for the win, indeed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should mess around more with freeze in the future. The part of the problem is just like I always end up using Hutao usually, and if I want to do, you want to maximize the most out of Blizzard Stray. You want to just stack all that crit damage, right? And I have the artifacts to make Staff of Homo work really well on freeze, but in this situation, I definitely like didn't want to not use. I don't know, right? Staff of Homa for like a mono pyro Hutao is far and above better than anything else. So like, I need another Staff of Homa apparently. Maybe that's what I'll wish on next, because it would genuinely be kind of nice to have another Staff of Homa just for freeze. Because freeze suddenly becomes way more relevant if I can put, 66% more crit damage on on Rosaria. Go figure. Oh my god. Contain Crosspierce is not ideal for a mono pyro. I also gotta remember I should use his burst before his skill. for Kitane. Don't suck my energy. Big damage. Hello. We got some friends alive. Let's smack them. Ow. Ow. Don't kill my Hutao.
Don't get too close. I got you covered.
I just did that to iframe. Yeah. Oops. I realized my mistake after I did it. So, maybe get C1 Hutao. I do have C1 Hutao. I'm just fairly aggressive with dashing with Hutao. Like, that's what C1 Hutao lets you do. It lets you dash cancel a lot, which is important. And I'm also a very dashy boy in general, so C1 Hutao is not necessarily like as much of a damage upgrade as it could be, but it makes her feel way better to play for me. It's the number one thing I dislike about her. I think she feels very different to play and far more interesting and satisfying to play with C1. To a degree, like, it really annoys me because I am of the opinion they definitely should have made like Hutao have no stamina cost in her base kit. And you might say, oh, but that would be too Hutao's already really strong. They'd be too strong at C0. Like, you're not technically wrong, but like, keep in mind, they could have just made Hutao's damage slightly worse at C0, and then given her no stamina thing in her C0, right, instead of C1, and then, you know, C1 could just be generic damage upgrade constellation, right? That would, so we can have exactly the same reality we have today, where Hutao C1 is in her base kit for her stamina reduction, and she does the same damage with C1 if you have C1 or not, but, you know, people don't get baited by, I don't know, it's really lame design in my opinion, to have a C1 that fundamentally changes how the character feels to play. You die. Thank you. Anywho's. I'm alone making you want Xiao now. I mean, I use Xiao as a VV swirler on Polearms Only. Whoa, my ping. Good lord. I use Xiao as a VV swirler, so like, I wouldn't take the stuff going on here with Xiao as a selling point for Xiao. I do think he's more interesting than Wander. You saw there, like, his ability. Well, Wander would probably be fine in Chamber 1 too, but Xiao's ability in this account to be able to like stagger enemies, and like if I'm playing him well, to be able to push enemies towards certain sides by like controlling my positioning of my jumps, makes him much more satisfying to play than someone like Wander, in my opinion. So I do like Xiao, but we don't have, like, other than Zhongli, we don't really have a good way to like make a Xiao hyper carry team work, right? So, you know. Let's do that. You're dead. Oh, one of them's already dead. There's Shangling going for you.
I got you covered. Fire it up. Useless.
I thought he was going to be jumping at me, not to the wall for some reason. Alright, can you stop? I just don't want to let Hutao die again and have to redo for stupid reasons. There we go. Okay. Why not Sucrose? Because we are on Polearms Only. The title and the thumbnail say Only Polearm and Polearms Only characters. So I don't know what you expect from me. I mean, unless they did they buff Sucrose and make, well, no. Okay, Sucrose, it would not be a buff for, well, actually no. It would be a buff for Sucrose to be a Polearm character instead, assuming she still had like the ability to like infuse her normal attacks, which is like not a thing they would do normally for a 4-star, but if Sucrose is a Polearm, she'd have access to Dragon's Bane, which is still a heavy EM weapon, and, you know, Fab Lance and whatever, so she would lose access to Sack Frags, which would be a bummer, but Sucrose would work perfectly fine as a Polearm, theoretically. theoretically, but much worse because if Shukers was actually Polearm, she wouldn't have an Animo Infusion unless she was like C20. So, you know.
It's my lucky day.
All right, Cult Freeze. Let's try to like rotate more properly. Let's do this and do this and do this and do this. This is not the right character. Do that. Look at 35k. Wow. It's like half of what I can get on Melt. Again, like the difference between Melt and like right now it's just like worse for damage, right, than Melt. The difference between Melt and Freeze, if I had Staff of Homa on Rosaria, would be much smaller. So it's like not bad, and the crowd control, as you can see here, can be potentially very relevant. And it actually uniquely makes use out of Candace's infusion, and I'm doing not insignificant damage through normal attacks and whatever. If I was charge attacking more, I could probably get even more damage. So like, it's actually a fun playstyle, I would say, with Zhongli in particular. But not having VV for Freeze is a real bummer, for sure. So, yeah. Oh boy, I don't know if Mono Pyro can handle this one. Oh, I got C1 Toma, by the way, on Standard Banner relatively recently. I don't know when exactly this was. I'm not making really any edited videos on Polearms Only, so it's not like it's ever going to show up in an edited video, but C1 Toma is definitely nice to have. I've complained many times before out of how gimped Toma kind of feels at C0, so C1 Toma is a very nice to have. It just reduces his cooldown for his burst and his skill, so it's a nice to have. C1 and C2 combined, I think, are the important ones as a whole, because C2 extends his duration on top, his burst duration. But, alright, there we go. Let's... Okay. We're gonna... We're gonna try... Alright, so I discussed this earlier in the stream briefly, but we're gonna try... I'm gonna discuss it again, obviously. So, floor 12. Candace is gonna shine here, I think. Because basically what we got here is... So Chamber 1 is Maguu Kenki, and this is really... Maguu Kenki is really annoying because they changed his positioning, so now if you're doing, you know, melee focused damage, you can't... You can play around him with the new positioning, but you can't trap him like we used to be able to just like whack on him against the wall. And now he teleports around if you're within close range. You can manipulate him to like only like have his AI only use range attacks if you stay a distance away. But when you're using only polearm characters, it's kind of hard to stay away from an enemy if you want to deal damage. So, not really an option, unfortunately, for us. So we just have to deal with him teleporting. And I would say the best way to kill him, he's relatively squishy in Chamber 1. Like Maguu Kenki being in Chamber 1 versus Chamber 3, he has much less HP. So I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. But my ideal choice for him would have been like Hutao, because Hutao has free stamina charge attacks, which means she can also just move across the field faster if he's teleporting across the place. Problem is the second side really wants Pyro, and like getting free vapes on these guys will help, because Chamber 1's the cringe chamber. I'll talk more about Chamber 1, but anyway, so we're not doing Hutao against Maguu Kenki. Not my plan, at least, unless this goes on like how I would expect. And then Emperor of Fire and Iron, so he has a Pyro shield that's on his horns, right? And someone like Yelan, I don't know why I scrolled for Yelan, I have Yelan on this count. Someone like Yelan is actually like, because she doesn't have vertical AoE on her Hydro hits, is like bad for the Emperor of Fire and Iron. Xingqiu is actually good for him, because his hits apparently have a little bit more vertical AoE and hit the horns on his attacks with his rain swords and whatever, and his skill notably. Yelan just like doesn't. You can still use Yelan like with her charge attacks and her burst initial activation, but she's much worse. So like genuinely, Candace should be able to get through this dude's shield really fast, and then I don't think he'll be much of a problem. And then the last chamber is just, you know, deal damage, kill them before the time runs out. So Chamber 1 is relatively simple. I'm mostly just annoying with Maguu Kenki being a cringe boy and teleporting away. So plan is Hyper Bloom Virgin. Well, actually, you know, I don't know. For the last chamber, I would prefer probably the Hyper Fridge, which actually means maybe I leave Rosaria on the build she's currently on. So Hyper Fridge on this account would be, you know, something like this. We could swap Rosaria for Toma though and change it more into a weird Virgin. And get like overloads mixed in as well. I personally, I think like this is going to be better. Plus, you know what, Rosaria's already on a freeze build, so this is actually probably the #1 utility to have Rosaria in a freeze build for. The only problem with Rosaria on this freeze build is she needs like much more ER than this, in this team, because losing Shenhe as a battery, and like I do have Yao Yao on Fab, and I could put Candace on Fab, but I don't want to change Candace's build. So Osmanthus wine tastes the same as her. So the best thing to do to fix Rosaria's ER needs in this situation is either put her on Fab, or give her an ER timepiece. Which, in this situation, let's see what happens. Her total attack, she goes, she loses a lot of crit rate. And this build is working kind of based on the crit rate we have a little bit. Well, we could. Let's see. Okay, do I have? Is this ER? That is very not ER. Wonderful. Okay. I do have that. That's interesting. Okay. But it doesn't have any. Oh no, that doesn't have crit anyways, right? So, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. Roll crit damage, please. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? So we're just gonna, just for funsies, we're just gonna throw on a freaking ER timepiece and call it a day. My logic being cool. Okay, cool. That rolled well. The logic being now Rosaria, when she's the solo cryo, has enough crit. She still has a good crit balance for freeze. We'd lose a bit of attack, obviously, but Jade Spear is high base attack and gives a bunch of attack anyways, and we have a whole lot of attack % substats. So this is a much more functional build for her being solo cryo, right? So there we go. There's that problem solved. And then she's not going to help much against Maguu Kenki is the problem, but like so Toma would be better against Maguu Kenki instead of Rosaria here. But anyways, I digress. The second side, Chamber 2 and Chamber 3, I honestly don't think are going to be much of an issue if we're using Hutao, right? So first side would be something like this, and then we can do Hutao with Zhongli, with Xiongling, and Chao. I guess it doesn't really matter. We could do Xiao, we could do Yunjin. Really, I think Xiao probably slightly better because I can get Vivi going, right? But Hutao, just monopyro Hutao basically here can go hard. These boys though are really annoying because they group in a way that's like either LOL have Kazuha with Sack Sword, or just use a bunch of Kazuha skills, or wait 5 years for them to group you, or just you're caught between like, do you try to get them to group together and just waste 20 seconds and then kill them in a group, or do you just try to kill them? In the case of Hutao being mostly single target anyways, my idea is I'm just going to try to kill them. That's generally the game plan, and then I think the rest will be fine, basically, is my guess here. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Fab Rosa. We could do Fab Rosa. Fab is a good option for Rosaria. It's just, you know, nice to have more damage on her. So, ER Rosaria, ER timepiece Rosaria is kind of more sad than Fab, but we have a decent bit of attack anyways. I think it's not that much of a downside in this situation. I should have waited to do that. Well, too late now. He also can't be frozen, so you know, that's kind of cool. I don't know why I waited so long to do that. Alright, bring that attack. And he's gonna jump back now, or not. Alright, Rosaria, Candace probably needs to be on Fab on this team. Oh, yeah, cringe boy running away. Alright. Alright, and now the teleporting has bungled up my rotation to a degree that... Okay. You know what, we're gonna put Candace on Fab. That should fix That should fix our problem. Whoops, just all tabbed out. Alright. Bye, Breadman. Use Wander with Yolon so Yolon can hit the horns. Big brain. Yeah, Wander is actually pretty good because of his, in general, even without Yolon, I think, for dealing with him, because Animo is pretty universal, right? But even if it doesn't get through the shield fast, he can get it at it from above and consistently hit it with his charge attacks, so. Jolie, and Rosaria. There we go. Okay. Good thing about Fridge is that it generates more Dendrocores. Indeed. Oh yeah, actually. Oh yeah, true. Well, actually, I'm not sure if the thing with the Fridge generating more Dendrocores is particularly with Xingqiu. But I should double check to see if it does it here too. I'm not sure. It might. Do this. Actually, maybe should have wasted. Yeah, you know, I definitely should have saved that burst. Now that I think about it. But it's fine.
There is no escape.
Yeah.
Hear my prayer. Do your worst.
Oh, I definitely wanted to switch that before. Hold on. Yep. Let's see if we can get behind him, maybe. Okay.
Shine down.
Coughing. Not a deal designed to call brain. Not well, it wasn't brain, it was throat.
Grant us your blessing. Punishment.
No.
Illusion shattered. Yield. You can't run.
Do I have Candace burst up? No, I don't. Okay. Where'd you go? No.
Hear my prayer. Never. Stay put.
See, that wasn't great, right? We can definitely play that faster, but it was still a minute and a half, so we'll see how this side goes. Oh boy. Alright. Brain, you gotta use Shungling. That's not a... This is not an option to not do. Oh Christ, and I'm failing on... Oh boy, I'm just failing on all fronts. Oh goody. I can't VG swirl these boys, obviously, so... Alright, we actually might be fine, so.
I will have order.
Let's see, Shelling. Oop. Alright, can you, like, not just... I love enemies that just, like, F off and, like, I'm just gonna sit over here and chill out for a minute. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh my god. What is happening? Oh, I have no stamina. Whoops.
Time to go.
No, don't. Please. Okay, that was my bad. Alright, this is not hard. This is really not that hard. I didn't play that well, and yeah. Yeah, I could have... I think for the mech, I don't know their movement. They're new enemies. I don't know their movements and AI that well. I think the best thing to do is probably not attack the big boy. I attacked the big boy because he was the tankiest, was my thinking. But I think I should attack the dummy that was just effed off somewhere. The lady's going to teleport regardless, but I think I can deal with her. I was very close to being able to deal with her anyways. I just effed up with, like, dash canceling a lot, and then didn't have stamina while I was charge attack, so I should have done, like, you know, N2 charge attack and normal, 2 normals to charge attack, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I shouldn't have put Yao Yao out, though. That was dumb. Okay.
flip. There is no escape. Do your work. Illusion shattered. Stay put.
You gonna move?
Judgment.
Yep. Where?
Shiver.
Oh, that's annoying.
Shine down. Flee. We shall prevent. Go away.
God, I hate this dude so much. Stop!
Illusion shattered. You can't run. Now you shall perish. Yield. Lights out. Flee. There is no escape.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't have the burst up anyways.
Do your work.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dumb. Oh, Jesus. Really? No, I played this much worse than I even did the previous one.
Don't be scared.
I should probably just restart this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making it too hard for myself on the second side. Just gonna redo it. That was just terrible. That was just terrible. I haven't played this game in a while.
Stay put. Shine down.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a burst. I should have used it sooner. I hesitated because I was just like, maybe I'll save it, but that should be fine.
Don't be scared. Flee. You can't run. Lights out. Hear my prayer.
You're gonna run away. Yep. Oh, I don't have Raiden's Eye up. Oh, good job. Good job, me. Oh, I'm not maximizing anything that this team can do very well right now. Oh, boy. This team's strengths, this is a weird Hyperbloom team where its strengths come out in AoE and not in single target, especially not. So like this is like kind of the worst case scenario for this team. Now you get like a single Vav trigger? Jesus Christ, I swear to God. Oh boy, don't kill my... that was my bad. Like, I swear to God, I was trying to switch there, but maybe my brain, or maybe my fingers did not press the right buttons, but I was also like trying to make sure I was, because I was still spamming click, right? So I think it wasn't taking my character input, character switch input, because I was clicking normal attack, because I wanted to try to get him dead, while also not having Yayo die, so that was a bit of an oof, because that was otherwise fine. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Why can't I switch? Oh my god, the lag. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Oh, I should have maybe refreshed Raiden Z, but it's probably fine. Oh no, it's not fine.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
The iframe.
You can't run. Lights out.
I was hoping to get Candace's burst back by that, or skill back, but it did not happen. Oh, well.
There is no escape. Illusion shattered.
Yeah, that was really good. Okay, there we go. See, the team can work well, and I can play better. Wow, what a world. I don't know how much time that was, but it felt way better. Alright, and then let's use Shungling this time, you know, that might be good. Might. Just might. Hi, please.
Solidify.
Alright, attack this boy this time.
Order guide you.
Freeze them together for a second. That's slightly unfortunate here. Can you stop doing that? Where's the boy? Okay. Not the button I meant to press. Oh well. Meant to switch to Shungling. Really? Really? God. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, purposely didn't use Shungling's burst there because I had plenty of time. Alright, there we go. Yeah, 20 seconds to clear. That was, yeah, not that surprising. Just took an optimal clear against ye olde cringe Kenki. Alright, crit is good, obviously. Well, it's not that relevant for this side. It's not useless, though, because it's good for Rosaria and Candace. Increases their damage a little bit, so it's not useless. Alright, and now, oh, we don't have her burst up. That's not ideal.
Pin them down.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Shine down.
It seems like Candace's AoE is not reaching on her burst. Otherwise, I think she would have already had him. No, it is. Okay. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It just didn't look like it was. Maybe I just wasn't paying that much attention. Where are you going, sir?
There is no escape. Blade. Grant us your blessing. Shiver. Judgment.
Alright, let's try to get this dude down. There we go.
Do your work. Shine down.
This is taking much longer than I expected, actually. I didn't expect this dude to be actually this tanky here. Alright. He's gonna get his shield back. That's annoying. I swear to God, I'm not getting a single fab proc, by the way, when I need it. Oh, Christ. Which makes me feel like, for this dude in particular, I kind of want... Can you die? Jesus. It makes me feel like for this dude in particular, maybe would have wanted having a stroke. Candace back on the catch, but it's fine. Actually, I think I need to target this lady. Or two should come near me. I don't know why I didn't Shungling verse that. Don't ask my brain questions it doesn't want to answer. Hi, please. I really don't want to... Right. Let's see if we can do these in 20 seconds. I have no idea. They're not, like, untanky enemies. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more time. Yeah, okay. Okay. that bad. Yeah, just need a better clear on this side. Q on Raiden for shield. Oh, true. Yeah. I didn't think about that. I forget Raiden has a burst sometimes. Ow, butthole. Yeah, particularly because it's gonna take a second to get the burst up here. Oh no, we're gonna get back at the same time, but okay. Oh yeah, let's try doing this. Let's see how this goes. I'm not getting any. Okay. Really?
You can't run.
No, you are a butthole. God, stop. I need to swap to Candace more and use her shield more. Her skill, actually. Not shield. It is her shield, but... Oh, also I didn't switch back to Yao. I'm just... Oh god, just so many misplays. Good lord. Man. Push that. Do this. Do this. Alright. You skill it. There we go. Alright. Much better. Jesus. Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah. Weapon banner only videos, please. What content do I have? I would love to make more weapons only content, but like it's really slow content at this point. Like I have to have an idea for something to make a video, and I don't want to just be like, this week I grinded for artifacts. Look at these 3 potato artifacts I got. Wow, content. Like I want to make things that are slightly more relevant than that, right? So if I have an idea like DPS Barber, I want to do it. If I have an idea like Thundering Fury Bennett, I'll do it. But like it takes more time than just like I can post a video a week to do that kind of thing. So it takes time. Sorry.
Solidified.
I just posted a weapons only video last week, so you know, I'll have to live with that for now. Okay, this was not ideal. I did not use that ideal either. Oh, Jesus, alright. The time I gained from the crab, I kind of wasted here. Well, not wasted. I think it's still probably fine. Freeze them for a second. Good. Good. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. Okay. Now we're fine. Serenity Pot. Join request. A little bit not the right time. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was probably a waste of time. But, you know, it's probably fine. Didn't BB there. That's fine. It'd be good if I could dash cancel properly, though. There we go. Alright, doesn't matter. We're fine. We're fine. Just have to play properly on Hyper Bloom, and it turns out things are fine. Good lord. Yes, Raiden's burst was a good idea there. Thank you for the reminder that Raiden has a burst. Alright, we don't have our burst back again, but I think it'll be fine. This is honestly one of the easier... This abyss so far is honestly feeling like it's quite a bit easier than even the last cycle was. Like it's easy enough that I feel like I will just 36 star this abyss because it doesn't, just to get like the one wish extra primo gems versus like the previous cycle. Like it was not super hard, but not like so easy that I could just like do it in less than an hour kind of thing. So I just didn't bother for, like, it just wasn't worth the 30 minutes of time to get one extra wish, right? I proved that I could do it once on stream, and that was good enough for me. But anyways, these do that, and then you need to step back, sir. Oh, that was bad, but oh well. We'll deal with it. Okay, really not ideal here, not having Candace's burst at the start. Go figure. Alright, oh well. Maybe should have Raiden burst there too. Alright, you don't really need to attack these.
Not done yet. Punishment. Shine down. Do your work. You're up. Raise up your blood.
Alright, there we go. I meant to use another character, but you know what, whatever, it's fine.
The curtain.
Can you not?
Judgment. We shall shiver. Stay put.
Alright, I think you target this one first if I recall.
Do your work.
I might be wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. We'll find out. You stop. But stop. Oh my god.
Illusion
I think I was wrong.
You can't run. Punishment. Pin them down. Hear my breath. Stay put.
I stop. Jesus Christ. Wow, this was a terrible showing. Also, that one dude definitely... I definitely picked the wrong one. You know, wait, I already learned this, that this was a ranger. Okay. Definitely needed to attack the other dude, because I think she runs towards me. That was dumb. That was dumb. Alright. Not having burst here is the only real problem we have right now. Can I ever trigger Fab on the first proc? Jesus Christ. Is Fab banner? Wait, is Fab lands on the current banner? I genuinely might wish for like extra Fab lands copies to get like refinements on Fab lands. Really? How are you still alive? Okay, you're gonna die from that. Can you, like, why? Can you, like, ever just walk into the AoE? Thank you.
Impressive. We shall prevail. Judgment. Illusion shattered.
Should've done... whatever, fine. Okay. Please get a Fab proc. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Shine down. Don't be scared. Don't get it, you away.
Oh my god.
Do your worst. We shall for punishment. You can't run. There is no escape. Stay put.
Okay, that wasn't great, but honestly I think it'll be fine. Because we have Zhongli against Copelia, so we can just Hutao go burr. And I think it'll be fine. Oh, except we don't... whatever. No Hutao first... or, sorry, no Zhongli first rotation. Be a little careful, because I think these guys might be able... that was just dumb, a waste of time. They might be able to get through Zhongli's shield, but I think it'll be fine. I need to do N2C. Really need to do N2C. Alright, can I Zhongli shield? Brain? Really? There we go. Alright, no problem. Yeah, every chamber when we actually played well was cleared within like 15 seconds, and this is a rare Abyss cycle where I didn't need to switch teams meaningfully, like many Abyss cycles just because of the restrictions of like different chambers that want different things going on. Even ones that are like not super high DPS thresholds, I had to like change teams around for different chambers, and yeah, this was actually one of the easiest Abyss cycles in a while for Polearms Only. Since the requirements were a bit more simple, I would say. And so I don't know. Yeah. Definitely don't need Pneuma and Ousia quite yet on Polearms Only, to say the least. To answer like the title of the stream, which is good, and that was expected. We'll see how it becomes long term. I mean, and we'll see how it becomes long term for every single account. I'll lock this, but like, man, close to like a freaking cracked artifact. So close. Oh well. All right then. Well, what was it? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did say I was. Is Favlands in the banner? It's not. Okay. Well, Mihoyo, you could have had me. You could have had me do it. I'll do it because I said I was going to do it for the funsies. I'll do a 10 pull. Why not? I said I was going to do it before, so we'll freaking do it. Or maybe I'll do it. Wait, should I do it on character banner? I don't know if it. No, I probably shouldn't do it on character banner. It wouldn't make sense to lose my guarantee. You can get 2 pillars. I could keep tenacity up more often, or with a future construct synergy. That definitely will be a polearm character and not a claymore geo character. Anyways, yeah, I'll do a 10 pull on the weapon banner just for the lulz. Why not? It'd be really funny. I'm pretty sure I'm at 0 pity, so it's fine. Nope, rip. Favlands, or wait, well, Favlands is on the banner, so... Dragon's Bane, that's what I needed. I have more Dragon's Banes than I could ever need. Alright, wonderful. No Vortex Vanquish for us. Rip. Oh well. It's fine. Didn't need it anyways. Alright then, so... this stream was shorter than expected. Before I end the stream though, I don't have anything else to do really. I can farm my Polearms Only. The only other thing I have to do today is something I was going to do anyways, but I may as well do on stream. So this would be a preview for a future video, but if you only cared about what the title of the video was, you can leave, I guess. Bye. But I have something I want to test on my main account, because I had a realization yesterday after talking with theorycrafter Binge on my Discord. Where's the turtle? I'm blind. There it is. Turtle. Not actually on break, but I'm going to switch accounts. Basically, I want to test something. I'm going to say what it is after I get logged into the account. I'm being coy on purpose to try to bait you into continuing watching, to like build your anticipation. And, anyways, this is something that's probably going to turn into a video. It's for a team that's not fundamentally that different than than the Yolan team, because we're abusing the nature of the Marchese artifacts, the Machase, whatever artifacts, however you say it, and that the fact that they give a bunch of crit rate. And the Kazuha Nahida burning combo is really good for this character, for what I want to do with them. So, like, there's really no obvious other way to do this team other than these teammates. So it's basically just swapping Yelan out of this team from my Yelan video and to this character. But I think this is thematically maybe more fun to many people. So, yeah. Are you planning on going for C1 Hutao? I already have C1 Hutao on Polearms Only. That's why I can, like, play badly with Hutao and it still is fine. That's basically what it does for me. If I played more properly on Polearms Only, it would leeway music. Maybe make more of a difference, I guess. But mostly it's just a feel thing for me, which is how I'm fine with it being. It makes Hutao feel way better to play. So, am I going for C1 Hutao on my main account? Probably not. I was still undecided if I want to go with the rumor banner for next patch being Nuvilet and Hutao running together. I legitimately might still go with my idea of, like, I have a couple summons. It depends on what the Furina leaks are, right? At this point I'm waiting on what Furina leaks are going to be to know what I want to do for Furina. If Furina has a C2 that seems so fun that, like, I'm going to want her C2 and her weapon, I'm probably just going to skip 4.1 in favor of, you know, because I have enough right now that if I have a guarantee, and I'm literally like one wish away from pity, I could do a single pull right now on a banner and get a 5-star. So I could quite literally get C2 R1 of the Archon and not have to spend a dime, which would be nice. So if it looks like something I really want, I might just be smart and save. But I might go with the idea of letting the weapon banner decide what I pull for my next 5-star on my account, because I'm not disinterested in having Hutao. So it'd be like, yeah, if I wish on the Neuvillette Hutao weapon banner, if I get Homa, I get Hutao. If I get Neuvillette's weapon, I get Neuvillette. And then if I get neither, if I lose the 2575, I will just not get anyone. So, anyways, yes, Hutao is rumored to run next patch with Neuvillette. So, anyways, all right. Not being coy about this team. So the core team is the same, right? With Bennett, Bennett on structures, Nahida doing Nahida things. This team is more at its core a Burgeon team, but it will also have the ability to apply a bunch of pyro on enemies, theoretically, such that you can give vapes with Hydro characters. And currently, like, I do that with like vaping Elon's skill, right? But you know who is like notorious for being like, oh, you know, for meme builds of people putting like really stupid crit rate heavy artifacts on them to make them work, despite the fact that they have 100% negative 100% crit rate. Kokomi has negative 100% crit rate. But the thing is, if you put a crit rate weapon, which I've had lost pairs for a little while, and I just have never had any reason to level it up. So literally just today and tomorrow, and I'm going to finish leveling it to 90 here, right here on stream. And we're going to test it out. I do not have the ability to level her talents anymore. Okay, correction. I can level her talent once. But I will level her talents more throughout the week. I'll get her normal attack talent to level 8. But the new artifacts, right? If you can keep up stacks on this gives 36% crit rate to Kokomi, which means with some decent crit rate substats in your artifacts, and like a crit rate circlet, of course, you can actually have a not completely meme-worthy crit rate on Kokomi, right? Because before this artifact set released, it was basically only like meme, you can have 10% crit rate and 50 crit damage. I have, like, this is without the stacks up, right? But and once Boss Pair's leveled up a little bit, she'll have about 40% crit rate with full stacks and 126 crit damage. And with all buffs up, she should be able to hit for some big damage. So we're gonna do that. But first, before we test her, we gotta level up Lost Pairs to level 90, which means I gotta go murder some robots. So we're gonna do that quick. I think I needed just like 4 more, so shouldn't take too long. You can get Homa or C1. Finally, can give you a true down. Yeah. If you really like Hutao, and you already have Hutao and you know you want her, I think her C1 is worth getting if you think you already enjoy Hutao. It changes how she feels to play a lot, and I don't regret it at all. I wish my brother didn't have to give me a $100 birthday gift to get it on Polearms Only, but you know, it's fine. I just did that in a stupid sequence, but whatever. Yoink. Alright. That's an annoying spot. So, anyways, crit Kokomi is what we're doing. And yeah, 40 crit rate, 120 crit damage is not exactly an ideal ratio, but it's literally the best I can do with my artifacts right now. And if I get more crit rate heavy pieces, I'd try to like balance that out slightly more. And I'm using Lost for the Sacred Wind, which has the elemental damage bonus passive and a high base attack, which crit Kokomi's damage is based on both attack and she gets bonus damage based on HP. So you can actually put like an HP timepiece or an attack timepiece on crit Kokomi, by the way. Like with when I calculated it yesterday with Lost Prayer specifically, which has higher base attack to be clear, attack percent timepiece and HP timepiece were like exactly the same, like almost exactly the same, like very, very, very extraordinarily minor difference. So HP timepiece is theoretically still better though, because like it would be nice to have more healing, but I already have Bennett in this team to heal too, so I don't really need more healing. So, and I also don't have an HP timepiece, so so it's an attack timepiece, and I have a good attack timepiece, right? I made that decision pretty easy. But if you have an HP timepiece, you can definitely use an HP timepiece. An EM timepiece might be doable too. I also had the idea, and if I do the video for Crit Kokomi, I'm also going to do the meme option of putting EM, so I'll do this EM timepiece with crit on it, and then I also actually have an EM goblet that has crit rate on it. So I can actually have, I could have a hybrid crit EM build for Kokomi on a Nilou team, which is really stupid. Like, it's not worth doing over just like putting Flop or Gilded Dreams full EM on Kokomi in a Nilou team. But it'd be funny, a funny meme option, because she definitely would keep up the stacks in a Nilou team too, right? So I'm gonna try. The video will have her. It will probably be Crit Kokomi in this team as well as Crit Kokomi in. Oh my God, leg! Can I switch my characters? Holy crap! I love internet. You want to know why my internet is being bad today? Because my brother is watching One Piece. My brother and his wife are watching One Piece downstairs, and the internet is like, it only takes 10 megabits per second to do this Netflix show, and we have 100 megabit per second internet. My God, that causes some problems. Like, oh my God, I fucking love this internet provider. And no, I don't have fiber available here, so yay. It's DSL, which is part of the problem. But anyways, sorry for complaining. But anyways, Crit Kokomi is actually a real thing, is ultimately my point with the video that I'll be making. Crit Kokomi is a real thing now with the new artifact set. You just have to do like Burgeon Burning Team or like Nilou Team to technically do it. Or theoretically the Hydro Archon, if the Hydro Archon's rumor of her draining HP could enable it as well. So either way, Burgeon on a Burgeon team where you can use the new artifact. Oh my God, where you can use the new artifact set, right? A Burgeon team where you can use the new Burgeon/Burning, right? Where you can use this artifact set on a character in the team to do DPS is actually a genuinely good option. I used the same set. Like, oops, didn't mean to do that. I used the same set on Kazuha the other day, testing this exact same team but with Kazuha on those artifacts to make Kazuha get, you know, pyro infused. Kazuha with an attack goblet get like big animal plunges and like charge attack vapes with C6 Bennett. It's a fun option for that, right? Like, it's a really cool artifact set that lets you like play teams and do builds in new and different ways. So I really like this artifact set. It's much more fun for enabling weird builds like this in funny teams than it is for, oh, makes your Linny damage good, cool, like cool. Like, it's nice that it gives a bunch of crit, but like it's more nice that it can give a bunch of crit in order to spec your build into new build paths that would otherwise be basically impossible without like absurdly cracked artifacts. Because like, for example, you could do like the Pyro Kazuha in this team with Gilded Dreams instead, but it would need much higher quality artifacts because you need so much more crit and substats, right? Since right, you're getting a bunch of EM from the 4-piece of Gilded Dreams, but you're not getting crit. And crit is the rare substats, so an artifact set giving you crit instead is really nice. It just makes it easier to do something goofy like, you know, a Pyro Kazuha that gets big charge attack vapes, right? Much more likely to be able to make it work, right? So, anyways, it's a really fun option, and yeah, some variation of a Burgeon team where your team is taking self-damage. I don't know why I did that. Where your team is taking self-damage with Machose's Hunter set is, which I call Marchese sometimes if you hear me refer to it as Marchese, is a super fun option. And that's basically what the video is going to be about, showing it off with Kokomi. Because Kokomi is like the worst case scenario. She has negative 100% crit rate. And if you don't have Lost Pairs, by the way, you can definitely try to make it work with the Battle Pass weapon. The Battle Pass weapon is better in some ways, right? So it gives HP, which benefits Kokomi's healing, benefits Kokomi's damage a little bit. Actually, like significantly, actually. And then this actually might be better, now I think about it, for damage for Kokomi if you use an HP timepiece in particular. Because it has lower base attack. Being that I'm using an attack percent timepiece and I have a higher base attack weapon, I think Lost Pairs might be better. But it's I don't know. I didn't do calcs with this. Point is, this has slightly more crit rate than Lost Pairs, even like 3 or 4% more, which is when you are operating at around 40% crit rate, like I am. Every 4% crit rate is a meaningful increase. That's a 10% average damage increase for an extra 4% crit rate, right? So it's not irrelevant for sure, and that weapon might just be better. But I don't have it leveled up right now. I already have Lost Pairs, and Lost Pairs is close to as good, if not better. Well, definitely better for me because I have the attack percent timepiece, I think. Ow. I just noticed Bennett's at exactly 19,000 health with my Instructor's artifacts. I never noticed that. That's awesome, too. Ow. Oh, you're just dead. Alright. Alright, sorry for ignoring chat. Crit cock. No, my healer Kokomi does more vape damage, and your bubble that also does more. I mean, no, it won't. No, it won't. I'm not saying this is something you should go out into, but it's something very fun. And it's what's like really fun about Genshin in general, in my opinion, is that you can do this in the game, right? So like, it's genuinely the best fun like about the artifact system is that you can do weird builds and you can have the same team and like put different artifacts and do a slightly different rotation and play a different way. That's why like units like Kaza, Nahida, and Bennett are so fun, is they enable doing those kinds of things. And even if they're like less optimal than just, you know, doing something else. If it still clears Abyss, it still clears all the content in the game without a problem, and it's more fun for you, why not do it, right? That's kind of my point. Genshin has the creative framework and the freedom for the player to do that kind of thing. That is, in my opinion, the best part about the game, and that's what I'm trying to illustrate in my videos and with this kind of thing. So, alright. Blink. And one more robot over here, and hopefully that's enough. Is it me that weapon reminds me of Dragon Hung? Very gorgeous weapon. Which weapon? The Lost Prayers. It is a nice looking weapon here. You put your Raiden Nahida in Akasha, it says it's a top 8%. I mean, top 8% is very good for... remember, that's like Raiden hyper calculations, so it's like C6 Sara and all that. I don't know if it's calc with C2 either, but regardless. So like, I wouldn't put... The numbers that you show in Akasha, the Akasha shows what, how they calc it. I believe they use like C0R1 Freedom Sworn, if I recall, for Raiden. C0R1 Freedom Sworn and C6 Sara, and then Bennett with Aquila. And I don't know if they use C2 Raiden or not for calcing Raiden hyper damage. So don't put too much stake in what damage number you see versus the damage like that it shows that you would get over your whole rotation in Akasha, because it's just a calculation based on the stats your artifacts gives, which means it's just math, right? You might not have all the things to actually make that possible in your account, but based on the stats you have, it would be possible if you had Kazuo on the team and had a Bennett with Aquila kind of thing, right? Guess we'll craft that, and that's kind of all it comes down to. So you have a top 8% Raiden based on your artifacts alone, which is impressive, because the Raiden Akasha leaderboard is very competitive, and it's emblems, and everyone has a crap ton of emblem artifacts, so it's very much harder to break into like that top % area of Raiden, just because there's so many more people with quality artifacts there. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, derp. We have to... How many do we need? We needed 3. Alright, easy peasy. Pivot. Lag. There we go. No bonus, that's fine. We didn't really need a bonus there. Well, I mean, might need a bonus for the future, because good lord, do a lot of weapons use robot parts, but they're easy to farm, so it's fine. Weapons, enhance, ascend, blam, auto add, 33.1% crit rate, and a little bit higher base attack. So, final stats for Kokomi, without stacks up, 1600 attack. If you want to see her individual artifacts, she has this. This right here is actually better for her average damage than this one. But it puts her under 40% crit rate, which, I mean, we lose 1 crit rate roll. Like it's 3.5% crit rate less versus, like, I don't know, it's just like, right? We have 40% crit rate, right? 40.6% crit rate with full stacks on our current artifacts. If I switch to this, which has, because of the attack percent and the higher crit damage, so higher CV makes it, I don't know. Anyways, my logic is this has this other one has an extra ER roll and has more crit rate, so it gives a better balanced ratio, and that's, yeah. But when I calculated it for average damage, this was actually slightly better, assuming I didn't need the ER roll. If I need the ER roll, then definitely this is better, but anyways. I digress. And this is obviously really strong. Hydro Goblet is pretty decent. I mostly took this one over the other ones because it was on Toma for some reason. I don't know why I put it on Toma. And then this is quite good as well. So it's actually one of the best freaking circlets I have on the account, as far as, at least for HP scaling units at all. So Well, you know what was really annoying? I went looking to like I was like, I want to put Candace on a crit rate and have a little bit of ER substats on her. So I was like, alright, sort by crit rate and ER. I have this piece, which is what I put on Candace, which rolled heavily into ER, which is nice, but then it didn't roll into crit damage, which is unfortunate. And then I have literally no other crit rate with ER and crit damage on it, other than this Marchese. None. None. Like, you game. Energy recharge is the most useful stat in the fucking game, and I can't get circlets with energy recharge on it. It's so annoying. It's fine though, it's fine. Meanwhile, on weapons only, I have 3 emblem circlets that have like 15 energy recharge and 10 crit damage on them. Mahoyo, I would pay you $200 to be able to transplant my artifacts from one account to the other. I would do it. Alright, anyways, let's go test against Masanori first. So Masanori is going to be like worst case scenario, single target situation, then we'll go test an Abyss real quick. Alright, crit Kokomi, let's go. I have no idea how consistently she'll be able to vape, by the way. But it's honestly fine because the core of it is right, just Kokomi is going to be on fielding, trying to get charge attacks off. I'm not going to have her burst up, which means we're going to be missing a good chunk of damage potential here, but it's fine. I mostly just want to check how quickly we get the stacks up, which should be pretty quickly if we're doing this properly. Because basically, right, we're just going to do Nahida into Bennett into... Actually, no, we probably want to... Nahia... I have instructions on Bennett, right? So I'm trying to think a little bit here. I think what I want to do is Kokomi normal attack into Bennett E into Nahida EQ probably into Kazuha. I'm gonna spend a lot of rotation time, and then I'd like to do Bennett burst last. So yeah, I think I'll do Bennett burst after I do Nahida Q. So like Kokomi E, Bennett E to get instructors, so that I have 1000 EM on Nahida. Do Nahida Q, and then do Bennett burst. Or no, I need to swirl Hydra too. Frickles. Oh, this is whatever. You know, whatever. We're just gonna do it. Yeah, I know my desire for a trading system between accounts is so unique.
Share my knowledge. I'm going in. Yeah.
Clouds high. The birds come.
A brash maneuver.
Nice. Ow. Can you be on fire?
Off we go.
I hate Masanori so much.
Rest and rebuild. Let's light it up.
Like I said, the theme's damage is mostly Virgin. Masanori's a butthole. He doesn't stay still. I guess let's just do Maguu Kenki in the Abyss quick to test this out. We had the stacks up, right? So that was the main thing, which wasn't that surprising. Notably, by the way, if you are going to do something like this, the stacks for the crit rate disappears if you switch off field. So you can't do something like build up the stacks while Kokomi's on field for a second, and then switch to like using Nahida E or something, and then switch back. And it's also relevant for like snapshotting abilities. So. No, it's not unique. You dissed that idea when I said it. What do you mean? If I dissed it, you probably might have come off as dissing it because it's never going to happen. It is never going to happen. So if I was dissing it, it was probably dissing the expectation that they might ever do it. There's no freaking way. It breaks the entire progression structure of their game if people could have like abandoned accounts give stuff to right. I don't know, like. There's no way. There's no freaking way they ever have a trading system ever implemented. So, anyways. it would not work. Yeah, and then there's people that would start selling artifacts and shit. Like, no, there's so many reasons they will never do a trading system. It will never ever happen. All right, not there. Gani, you can be second side. I'm not gonna actually do the second side. Let's do. I don't know what the freaking ideal rotation is gonna be here, but I'll figure it out as time goes on. Did I not bleep? I'm sorry. Here, I'll bleep. There's a bleep. Attack percent, wonderful. Alright. Fish, fish, fish.
Make yourselves at home. Uphill battle.
No.
Billowing surge.
Not the button I meant to press. I definitely meant to switch to Bennett. I thought Bennett was on number 1, but Kokomi's on number 1. Whoops. Whoops.
Adventure time. Let's light it up. Committed to memory. Sharing my knowledge. Everybody stand back.
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strider.
Allow me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Oh, I didn't use her burst. I forget. You definitely want to use her burst because you get a bunch of bonus hydro damage and whatever.
Adventure time.
Hmm.
We teamwork is this way, Pneuma. Grow.
You not run away from me, you absolute butthole.
Committed to memory.
Notably, Kokomi also, of course, heals herself a little bit, which can help her potentially keep up stacks. So,
Let's light it up. Grow.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Everybody stand back.
now. Alright, if I was properly burgeoning more with Kazuha, he would already be dead, to be clear. There we go. I don't know, it worked. We didn't see any big numbers because I'm not like properly swirling. I don't know, do you guys want to see more? I gotta play around with the team more, honestly, to try to get the hang of it and see how it works. It might not feel good to me, you know, I don't know. It didn't feel amazingly good to me there, but it functioned because the core of it is just, you know, applying Hydro to get Burgeons that deal damage. And you just happen to also potentially see big Kokomi numbers at the same time. Specifically seeing the big Kokomi numbers, from what I calculated, by the way, this team, as it is exactly configured right now, if I properly get VV buff up, have the instructors buff up, whatever, have Nahida's 250 EM buff from her burst, right, or whatever, her burst passive, I should be able to get 150,000 on a charge attack with Kokomi when she vapes, and 40k on a non-vape with crits, which is, you know, again, 40% of the time, but like, I don't know, a Kokomi that can get 100k damage on a charge attack seems fun. And from what I saw, if like her skill vapes, it would be around 100k too. So, you know, is it enough ER? I have no idea. I didn't do ER calcs, right? I am using Zyphos, so that's a little bit of free ER. But is 137 enough? Probably not, honestly. It's probably better to use Fav on Nahida, or Fav on Bennett, or Fav on Kazuha. Well, not in my case because I have Zyphos, but you know, I could put more Favs on the team and try to help with their ER needs too, or get more ER subsets. So I'm not going to say it's a perfect build. So don't necessarily, if you try those, don't base it off of what I do, but it's just a thing that's actually fundamental. Like 40% crit rate is in the territory of like where I have seen a number of people like have their Hutao at, kind of thing. Like literally someone on the Discord earlier, on my Discord earlier this week, was like, is a 40% crit rate and 240 crit damage an okay ratio for Wander? And I was like, no. That was for Wanderer. So like, no. Point is like, for having negative 100% crit rate, 40% crit rate's pretty good. And the focus is not meant to be, oh, Kokomi's doing all the damage. It's just a fun thing you can do, right? since she can be the driver, the Hydra driver for being able to have Burgeons, Burgeon cores being generated. You saw plenty of cores be generated there against Maguu Kenki, and if I'd properly kept out Kazuo's burst, it would have been much better, and I was also like dealing with him moving and whatnot. So, anyways, I don't know. Level your Nahida for the EM boost, please? What do you mean? My Nahida's level 90. What the frick are you talking about? I'm sorry. I'm so confused. What? You're talking to someone else? Like, my Nahida does have, like, max EM going. Or max bonus going. I don't even need to, like, I could, with Kazuha on the team, I can actually put Nahida on Fab. And, you know, she doesn't really need the ER, but that'll generate more energy for the team, which is potentially relevant, and she will still give the 250 EM buff because Kazuo will be over 1,000 when I do instructors with Bennett, right? So, anyways, I digress. I think it's a fun team option. I'm gonna mess more with it. That was just a brief teaser. You'll have to wait for like an actual video to see me like maybe play it more properly, and as I figure out how to exactly play it, and I will try it. Actually, I guess screw it right. Freaking screw it. Why not? We'll try it right now. We'll try it. Also, I think her talent wasn't leveled up either, right? So I think we only saw like 10, 15k there or anything. But you weren't talking to me. Okay, that makes sense. But you know what? Just for funsies, let's do Nilou before I end this. Oh wait, that was an onset. So we can actually switch to something else for the circlet even. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep it on 5-piece. Now that I think about it. Wait, actually, that means I can do a different goblet. This is an onset goblet. Do I have that has 3 crit rate? Oh, we can do. Well, screw it. We'll just steal Nahidas. It's fine. All right. So this is gonna be. This is even more of a meme build, to be clear. This is definitely not what you should do in a Nilou team. You definitely shouldn't. But we're gonna have a little bit like 40. We're gonna have like 43% crit rate or 45% crit rate or so, in a Nilou team. And when we have like Nahida buff up, when we have this is stupid. When we have Nahida buff up and Kiev Kaja's suit up from it's gonna be so bad. She's gonna have a not insignificant amount of EM. So she might be able to do decent blooms and decent EM, or decent crits, just for the memes. Alright, let's do it. Nilou, and Nahida, and... Oh, Nahida's on Fab right now. I should put Nahida... Does it matter? We're gonna put Nahida back on Sack to make sure we get full buff up. But yeah, Fab is probably what I'll actually use on Nahida in this team. For this demonstration, we're gonna put Nahida on Fab though. Annoyingly, I can't see. I hate that you can't see your character stat screen. By the way, in Abyss, it's really annoying when like you want to just like test things like this and see if you like properly got all the buffs up, kind of thing, by checking your stat screen. But oh well. Baju, whatever. And Dia can go on the second side. Attack percent. We'll choose healing effectiveness, I guess, since it's not really anything else important here.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, help.
Committed to memory. Sharing my knowledge. Allow me. Let's move on.
Oh, I gotta do this. Expected to see more than 10k, but again, her talent is level 4 in this situation, so... Also, C2 Nahida definitely helps out with doing goofy things like, Okay, definitely need more ER. C2 Nahida definitely helps out in this situation with, You know what, I'm gonna put a proper team on the second side. Yeah, C2 Nahida helps out because since we're sacrificing a whole bunch of EM in favor of crit on Kokomi. Since we're sacrificing a whole bunch of EM for crit in a Nilou team, The fact that, you know, Nahida is buffing the bloom damage, Nahida C2 is buffing the bloom damage in this situation is definitely significant, more significant than it might even otherwise be. So again, I'm not recommending this. I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear. It's just a silly fun option. All right, let's try this again. Nilou, Nilou, Baiju, Nahida, Kokomi, and then we are going to, what are we gonna do? Let's just, let's just do, I don't know, something probably not ideal, aggravate or something. Yeah. Yeah, let's, wait, we don't have a healer. Do we need a healer? I don't think we need a healer, right? Right. I don't need a healer against anything here. Surely. We'll see. I'm probably gonna need a healer.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
Share my knowledge. Hold the line.
Alright, doing that. I did that after to try to refresh the skill. Yeah, I think I definitely need to level up her talent. That's what I think. I think I'll literally go from like 10k probably to at least 15k in this team, which not much to be clear. Again, Creek Kokomi's not like the ideal option. It's just the funsies. Stop.
Taking a turn for the better.
Hold the line.
You did.
Emerge right here, right now. Oz, reveal thyself.
Can't see? Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh, I forgot this is a Hyper Bloom team right now. Okay, maybe should have chose Kuki. Because, you know, healer. You know. My official's also on an attack percent timepiece, which, you know, not ideal necessarily for this situation. Okay, you know what? We're gonna put Kuki on instead. I want to try Kokomi against the crab in particular. Oh, goodbye, official. Wait, well, triple Electro. Let's do triple Electro. Why not? Why the frick not? We don't need to go Kazuha. Wait, well, okay, wait. It doesn't matter. We don't need to actually clear in time. This team might still clear without a problem, to be clear. It probably almost surely can, but I'm not gonna worry about it if I don't. Is basically all I'm saying.
Remember,
Kazuha is just really nice for grouping the buttholes. Alright, let's do this time. I'm not critting. Bullshit. I didn't crit a single one of my charge attacks.
This dance is for you.
mind the side effects. Taking a turn for
Roll.
I have my energy back. Really? There you go.
Of wisdom.
Really? Butthole.
Allow me.
Can you not be a butthole? Ow. Don't kill my fish.
seems like an emergency.
Guys, Kokomi definitely did most of the damage here. Definitely did most of the damage there with Kokomi's crits. Definitely.
Right here,
Trust
right
me.
now. By royal decree, the bond is strong. Lightning?
Let's nip that in the bud.
Nothing lasts.
Oh, I should have put Fish's burst out before I did that.
Emerge, right here. Midnight
Now, don't kill my cookie.
And shroud. I'll uproot you.
Come on out.
Sideways. There we go.
Right now, right here. Oz, reveal thyself.
Ow.
Sorry
Really?
for the trouble.
What? No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stop! Oh my god. What is your freaking shot? That you? I literally could not see him shooting anything to me. What is happening? What? How did I miss that 4 times in a row? Oh my god.
Let's nip that in the bud.
I just can't today apparently.
This realm is no home for a princess.
Get away from me, you big butthole.
Right here, emerge.
I'll admit that not having half my team is not ideal.
Right here, right now.
Could have played this slightly better.
For eternity.
Should just put Cosmo. I'm jealous of your Bloom team. I'm definitely getting Nilou next run. I mean, keep in mind I do have Key. Key is, and I have C2 Nahida, but being that I'm running crit Kokomi instead of the balance of the C2 Nahida is like 20% damage increase to Bloom, and crit Kokomi makes it balances out. I feel like in that situation, but Nilou in particular, having Key is a not insignificant difference maker, but Nilou can definitely be very, very good. If it seems like something that's fun to you and you already have the characters for it, I think it's a good option to go for. But if you have to if you get Nilou and you don't have good Hydro and Dendra options already that you think you want to use with her, might not be the best option because she takes a lot of specific units to work with her, right? Oops, I actually didn't do the ring. Whatever.
Taking a turn for the better.
I see everything. Hold the line. Heard of little positions.
Mind the side effects.
Committed to memory. The Temple of Wisdom.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Please just die. Thank you. I sub. This is top tier. Thanks.
Right now.
Alright, let's try not to die this time.
By royal decree.
Can't see.
The bond is strong.
I hear everything.
Wings of darkness. Nothing lasts forever.
Finger burst was.
Right here.
Oh, I missed one. Dang it.
Stand with me. Get out of my way.
And shroud.
Yeah.
One with the force.
Snap. Oh.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh my god. For real.
Oz, reveal thyself.
I have these characters in the wrong spots.
And shroud.
Show them. What a nuisance.
Snap.
Phantasmagoria. I'll settle this. I summon thee.
Can't see. I hear everything.
Can you die? I don't like your thunderbolts or your bullets. Can you need to go away too?
Right now.
You
Right
didn't have Dendra on you, which is not that surprising considering I'm playing Kidari.
The bond is strong. By royal decree.
Let's nip that in the bud.
You should die.
No rest for the wicked.
Wings of
You can stop.
terrified.
Bro, what is that attack?
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
And shroud.
Oh
One
my
thing
god.
after another.
Alright, it's fine. Good lord. I didn't need the 3-star, but it's fine. That was some terrible play there. I failed to dodge, I think, every single attack. Wait, why did I get... what? Oh, defeat boss opponents 10 times. Nice. Cool. Oh, butthole. Alright, crit Kokomi, go! Oh, they're shred through the shield. Look at all those crits that she's definitely getting. It's still a meme build. It's still definitely a meme build. That's especially in this team, to be very clear. But being that the team can obviously work fine, like we've been doing single target situations with Nilou here, and because my Nilou team has Ki and has Nahida, it's a more than fun meme option in my opinion.
Mind the side effect.
Commit to memory. Make yourselves at home. Allow me. Here,
I need a charge attack. Can I? I don't have stamina. That's why. Can you stop interrupting me, Tito? You're actually a butthole. There we go. Alright. I haven't played Nilou in a while. Nilou's just... she's just Nilou.
I'll uproot you. One with the force.
Here.
Keep up.
Nothing lasts forever. Right now.
That's a good burst.
Midnight Phantasma.
Out of my way.
No, don't kill it. Don't kill my cookie! Ah! Don't kill my cookie.
Let's nip that in the bud.
You die. You're still alive for some reason.
By royal decree.
You stop, please.
Right here. Emerge.
Can't see? I hear everything.
Right now. Right here. Emerge. Oh, humiliation.
That does a little bit of damage apparently. Whoops. It's fine. We're testing Nilou.
One with the force.
I won't die without my healer.
Shadow Raven. Right now.
Can I dodge? Jesus Christ, I didn't have stamina.
Emerge. Right now. What a mystery.
Ah.
Dance by royal decree. Come on now.
Hi, please. Thank you. I'm not playing well.
Care for a dance?
Well,
Dance with me.
let's do this properly. Ah! That's not what I wanted. Bro, oh, I hate... whatever, it's fine. We're doing Nilou in an AoE situation, it literally doesn't matter.
Not done yet. The curtain. All eyes on me. Here. Everyone hold hands.
Jeez. You're not a dendron. There we go.
Remember, health comes first.
I see everything. The Temple of Wisdom. Allow me. Covenant of the Deep. A brash maneuver.
Look at that, 9,800 damage. I need the levels for a normal stack talent. I need to get at least 10k consistently. Well, not consistently. 50% of the time. Oh, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm going to try it just for funsies. No healer, this boss.
Let's nip that in the bud.
What? Really? This is really... I didn't know that happened. Freaking auto-targeting can target the butthole that doesn't take damage. That's great design. I love it. Actually love it.
Can't see?
How did I not get that shot off?
Right now, right here, emerge. Ha! On, reveal thyself. I'm always watching.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. That's okay. I might not be able to do this at this point now. The eye is a little bit of a DPS loss.
Wings of darkness.
Reminder: spread, quicken triggers official's A4. Spread does not. So, official's going to do much less here than she otherwise could. But you know what? We're going to dang well try it anyways.
One with the forest.
Okay, hit the right
Let's nip that
one.
in the bud.
Alright. And no, oh, official dead.
One shall
Yep. Alright, hope is slowly
dwindle.
dwindling. We have no electro. Well, I definitely could have done this, but I'm not going to. Alright, it's fine. Alright. Well, does anyone want to see anything else from Crit Kokomi? Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to mess with her and see how I feel about her. To be full, it's still a meme build, but it's still something that's like less of a meme than it was before because of the new artifact set. That's kind of all it becomes. It's really down to. Crit Kokomi is slightly more of a real thing now. And if I rotate properly, I could actually see some meaningfully big damage numbers. But like I never, obviously with the Nilou team, I didn't get VV, but I never even properly swirled Hydro, I don't think. I gotta figure out a rotation that will properly swirl Hydro. It probably will involve like plopping her Jellyfish down to start a rotation, I think, and like do like Jellyfish or something into Bennett E, get Instructors, do Nahida, and then do Bennett Burst, then do Kazuha Burst, and then Kokomi do her Q to extend the duration of her Jellyfish. And theoretically, if there's enough pyro application with the burning and whatever going on, then maybe we'll get some vapes. If there is not any vapes, then it's not going to very often get very big damage. But, you know, I got to figure it out. I'll play around with it. But it's definitely a meme build, but it's less of a meme than it was before. That's all. Alright, let's give Nahida her goblet back. Oop, that's not what I intended. Do that. And then we can go back to a Hydro Goblin on you. As you should. There we go. Alright, back to the correct artifacts. Yeah, I'll play around with it just for funsies. I'll use her for farming and overworld, figure out rotations, whatever. And, I don't know. There'll be a video soon, probably. Unless it's so bad that I feel like it just can't be a video. But I think it's a good example of, like, the fun of the new set. And the fun of Burgeon teams, too. So, I'm gonna do it. I really wish I could turn off C2 Nahida, because if this team is Burgeon focused, I really don't want, like, C2 Nahida to be making that much of a difference. I mean, okay, it makes a 20% difference, which is significant. Right, it makes Burgeon's crit 20% of the time, which is not insignificant. But it's annoying that I can't turn it off because I would like to, for the purposes of demonstrating it and trying something different. But oh well. And like you basically need Nahida for this team to try to keep up burning and to have as much Burgeons as possible. It just like doesn't really function without her, unfortunately. So yeah, oh well. I shouldn't say it doesn't function. You can have it function. It's just going to function much worse. So, anyways, bye-byes, I suppose. Well, actually, wait. I don't know. Do people want to see Space Train? I can switch to Space Train for like a few minutes. Actually, no. Honestly, no. I want to go. Never mind. I cancel. No Space Train for you. I have nothing I'm really doing in Space Train to say meaningfully other than just like farming for things. So. And I don't really want to. I might do like Swarm Universe later, but I'd rather end my stream because I want to go play Baldur's Gate. I'm playing a run with my friend of Baldur's Gate 3, where we're murder hoboing. We're scorched. We're a scorched earth policy the entire game. Every living thing in sight must die, and that is more important to me than streaming 2 minutes of Space Train. So, anyways, video next weekend, as long as I have like a 4,000 plus word script if you didn't see my comment in my community post about what I think the worst aspect of playing Genshin as a long-term player is. It's a video essay, so hopefully that video will be out next week, and there'll be more weapons only stuff eventually too in the future. Maybe TM beat the swarm /J. I mean, I haven't unlocked it properly yet, so there's not even much to showcase there. I don't know how long the event runs for. Maybe like next weekend I'll stream a little bit of the swarm event if it's still running. I don't know how long it runs for. If it's still running next weekend, I will do maybe the swarm event with QQ on propagation, because even though those buffs were like intended for Dan IL, they are real good for QQ as well. So it'd be fun to see how much big QQ damage we can get. I can almost assuredly get... I imagine with some of the buffs I've seen that the propagation path has in the event, I can probably get well over... I'd be surprised if I can't see a million. I'd be surprised, but we'll see. Because like I saw one when I just literally did like the second introductory quest into it. I saw one that was like, whenever your character uses a skill that doesn't deal damage, get a 30% damage increase that stacks 3 times. That's just an additional like 100% damage bonus for QQ. Like, like, oh, all right then, I'll take it. So, with that kind of shenanigans going on, I think my QQ can do some damage. But anyways, difficulty 5's cancer. I mean, I'm not too worried about it as long as I can get the majority of the rewards. I don't really care that much personally. Difficulty 5 I'll try with QQ in particular, and we'll see how it goes. But next weekend, probably, or maybe not next weekend. If it's ending before next weekend, I will maybe do a midweek stream or something for QQ versus the Swarm. Maybe that'll probably be what it's titled. So I only do QQ content in Star Rail now. By the way, the Nilou buffs are weird. Nope, never mind. Not gonna talk about it. I think the Nilou buffs are probably a buff overall for sure, but I think they're intended to basically make players play her a little bit differently after like thinking about it and looking at it more in depth. They're really interesting. I think I like them overall, but the Nilou changes, holy crap, it completely changes how you build her, and then doesn't change how you necessarily will use her that much, but I think the main reason they did the changes is to make her more versatile for potentially build options, as well as to, well, to bait people, only for her, yes, but as well as to make her like less of just like you got to go into the hyper carry mindset with her, and instead you can just like slot her into a team is my guess, right? So I think she's going to be a DPS unit in Star Rail that might want a energy recharge rope, which is interesting. Depending on, it probably will depend on whether or not you're using Tingyun with her, etc., right? So I think the changes are really interesting that can allow her to spec more into other build paths, because now that she gets so much free crit rate, you can spec into other stats, right? Just talked about how like the artifacts in this game let you spec into other stats. You know, Nilou giving herself a whole crap ton of crit rate for free now means you can spec into other stats rather than just crit, right? So it might not be as much of a downside to do energy recharge rope as it was before. So I digress. Point is, yeah, Nilou is actually more interesting now to me as far as like build options goes because of her changes. It really does look like at first glance it might be a bit of much of a buff, but I think the intention was just to rework how she's meant to be used and whatnot. So I think it's really interesting, but she might be a bit too strong, and it definitely, I mean, there's already just very clear power creep in Star Rail, so it is what it is. At this point, I'm just like, if I get Nilou and I really like her, and she's fun to use, and then I have like a QQ team and I have a Nilou team, and as long as like the content doesn't become actual cancer by like, oh, to be able to clear Mach 10, Memory of Chaos 10 in 3 or 6 months from now is going to take the Nilou version 7 that has 1000% multipliers instead of 400%, like that would be annoying, because that kind of seems like what's happening to an extent, but at the same time, if that does happen, I don't care. I'm just only going to pull for units that enable me to do something that seems fun. And I don't really care that much about being able to clear Mach 10 consistently, so as long as they're fun to me, and I'm still enjoying the game, I don't care. I still enjoy Star Realm mostly for the story moments, more than anything, which means I don't really need to care about characters that much, so I just build the characters anyways, because they still are engaging in some form to mess with, so. Anyways, it's permanent, all rewards are permanent? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, then definitely next weekend. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. I'm gonna go kill every